Welcome to the Apparent Voice. Once again, thank you for joining us. This is our Tuesday show. I messed up on Friday and said it was our Tuesday show. So today, this is actually our Tuesday show. And I have a wonderful guest today that'll be on. But first, want to give a couple of shout outs to our teachers. Today is National Teachers Appreciation Day. And just want to give a shout out to all the educators out there who are doing work and who are doing this work during the pandemic, right? Who are figuring out ways to interact with parents and children and figuring out ways to keep children engaged. Just want to say, keep your head up. We understand that you have things going on at home yourself. We appreciate the work that you are doing. Shout out to two teachers that my daughter loves. My daughter loves with a passion. Miss Lapshin, who is now the Dean of Students at Detroit Enterprise. And she is a wonderful teacher. She was my daughter's 6th grade teacher, and she still keeps in contact with her in 11th grade. My daughter just said amen from the back of the house. So shout out to Miss Lapshin from Bernita Bradley and her mother. We love you. We love you and the new baby. And keep up the good works. Also, shout out to Mr. Morgan, who was my daughter's, she said 3rd grade teacher, I say 4th grade teacher, but Mr. Morgan, who works at Fisher Magnet Lower, a DPSCD school, and he is phenomenal with kids. He loves them. He had my daughter interested in the ACT and the SAT in the 3rd grade. Had them coming home with a book this thick. Another amen from Victoria, and just want you to know that you do a wonderful work and what you do matters. If you are an educator, you do a wonderful work for those that do that work. So stay safe and love you, all you teachers, and anybody else, give a shout out to the teachers and the educators. So at this time, we will love to introduce Carlos Whitlow, who runs a program called the S.O.N.G Camp. And I'd like you to take a moment and look at this promo video for a moment.
S.O.N.G, saving our next generation. The S.O.N.G Project is empowering our youth through performing arts and mentoring programs.
It's the highlight of my summer every year.
The S.O.N.G Project is a fast-growing youth organization that provides intensive vocal, dance, theater, piano, and drumline programs for all students ages 8 to 17 years of age.
Different ages, and that helps me to learn from people who are better at my craft than me.
S.O.N.G Cafe has really helped me become a better person as far as me thinking a whole different person, thinking positively.
One of the things I learned from the I Am S.O.N.G program is to like dance in different types of ways. One of the things I learned in vocal is how to really work with different people. Because then when you need a position in job or you want to be the president of the United States, which I want to be, you're gonna need some people. So it's better to help people, because further down the line, it's gonna be like, hey, I need you. I'm like, okay, so since you help me, I'm gonna help you, the kind of thing. So that's pretty much what I heard.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We get to do a lot of stuff, and I really can't wait for the production.
No message could have been any clearer.
For more information, please visit www.thesongproject.org.
Yeah, so wonderful video. It brings back so many memories of my daughter being there. And without any further ado, Carlos Whitlow.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Wonderful video. So inspiring.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. So bring back those memories of me walking through those hallways, sitting in that hallway, waiting for my daughter to come out of practice. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm tired of sitting here. But then there's always some magical thing that happened afterwards, you know.
Absolutely.
Thanks to people like you, right? So what is S.O.N.G Camp? Explain to us a little bit more.
First of all, thank you so much for having me, Bernita. Such a pleasure to be on here with you. What song should I say? It stands for Saving Our Next Generation. And it's basically just compiled of youth from all across Michigan. I can now say actually from around the world. We have kids who actually attend our program from other states now. But it's really just a bunch of kids coming together and allowing, you know, our mentors and big brothers, big sisters to impart into them and give them something that they may not be able to receive on a day-to-day basis or in the public school system, wherever. So it's allowing us to impart and show them, give them our expertise for life.
Yeah. Wow. So, how many years have you guys been around? Because I know Victoria
Wow.
was a part about 2 years in a row, about 4 years ago. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. We started in 2013. Oh, wait a minute, 2015. I'm sorry, 2015. This year will mark 6 years that we've been, you know, in existence doing it. So, yeah, we've been around for a minute now.
Yeah. So, where do you normally host? I know, for a minute you guys were at Community Music School, the Michigan State's building. Are you still
Yeah.
there?
So basically we're no longer at the Michigan State building. However, we received a great partnership with the Horatio Williams Foundation, where he allowed us to you know, host our programs there, and then also just inviting us back for other programs. We've had a great opportunity and years of partnership with the Michigan State University Community Music School of Detroit. And you know, now we're working with Horatio Williams and other organizations around Detroit.
Yeah. So when my daughter first got in well,
Tell
I
us
keep
about
calling it S.O.N.G, right? Like, I have to be totally honest, and she's back there listening. She don't mind me sharing.
Okay.
My daughter was in a rough place, right? My mother had passed, who was her best friend. And I will honestly say my daughter would not even sing in front of me. She would not sing for us. My daughter
Wow.
sang one time in church, and that was after she got in the camp. Mind you, that was after she got in the camp.
Wow.
She sung a duet with some of the other girls from S.O.N.G at church, and I still got the video. And it was
Wow.
like everybody in the church mouth just dropped. Like, wait a minute, this baby can sing. What is she doing? You know, why? And she was just like, oh, I did terrible. And I'm like, baby, like now you're talking about a 16-year-old who's planning her second album release.
Come on.
She just had an album release for her 16th, for her Sweet 16. She opted out of having the traditional Sweet 16 party to have an album release, you know, and it was like, wow. But you guys helped curate that. You guys helped take the pain that she had inside of her and write it into songs and all this kind of stuff, and just produce this person who's just now blossoming. What inspired you to do something like that with young people?
Let me tell you this, Bernita. To hear you talk about that right now, to be honest with you, my heart is like jumping right now, because before I started this project, I pitched it to a group of friends, and because they couldn't really see the vision of where it was going, because it was just in its beginning stage, you know, they weren't really fully supportive of it. And I knew that I had a passion for youth. I knew that I wanted to give back to the community. And I also said that I wanted to create an environment that when these kids come that were where, you know, they were shy, or, you know, they felt that they were inadequate, or that they weren't good enough because, you know, the next girl singing next to her, or whoever, you know, she gets all of the praise when she sings. But, you know I have something on the inside of me. So my goal was, I don't care, you know, even when they started, when we were planning it, you know, they were saying, well, Carlos, who do you want to take? Do you want advanced singers only,
Mm.
or do you want beginners? I mean, I said, give me everybody, because my technique for this was, I want to take that person who feels as if they can't do it and show the world, hey, you know what, they can do it. And so
Yes.
you've had an opportunity to be a part of our productions at the end. That, you know, when we do the summer camps, we host it for 2 weeks, and at the end, we always hear, how did you guys do this within 2 weeks?
2
It's a special,
weeks.
yeah, it's a special secret to it. So to hear you talk about Victoria and, you know, what she's doing, and I see her around social media now, and honestly, every time I see it, I just smile, because, you know, it's not to say that, you know, we were only ones, because I'm sure there was a village, but to know that we had a key part in her development, and to see her artistry is just amazing, because I remember when Victoria walked in, she was shy and didn't want to do it. And now to see her hosting her own events, it's powerful. It's powerful.
Yeah, yeah. And you said it, like the village, right? But every
Yeah.
village has its own little corner, its own intricate part of a person. And you
Wow.
guys filled that part for her, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even though I sing and I've been in choirs and all this kind of stuff, like I couldn't pull it out of my own daughter, right? But you guys did that. You pulled
Yeah.
it out of her. And so talk about that 2 weeks. Like in
Okay.
2 weeks, y'all take children who seem like they just like want to just sing on some raps, whatever, and just
Right.
mimic everybody else, and y'all take them and
Yeah.
let them create their own world. What do you do?
Okay, so basically, you know, for the 2-week program, it is a summer camp. Typically, we host it around the beginning of August. It is a performing arts camp, but the major key component, people think is just the performing arts, but it's that mentorship piece. It's really important. We provide an environment where they're really talking every day to their big brother or big sister. So, and I'm grateful to know that the parents actually trust us to be a mentor in their kids' lives. So we bring the kids in. We do performing arts training. So we host vocal music, dance, piano, drum line, and theater. And so the goal is, and the challenge that we present to the kids on the first day is, hey, listen, we're going to put on this major production at the end of the camp. It's going to be next Friday. We don't care. We're taking no excuses. We're not taking, hey, I've never done this before. And trust me, I remember on the second year, some of the kids they were mad at me. I mean, growling, everything that they could do. They were like, Carlos, you're expecting us to do this in 2 weeks. Yes, I'm expecting you to do it in 2 weeks. And I always tell them, because you never know who's going to give you a call, and you have to be ready. And so, I mean, when they get to the production, actually, it's always amazing, because some of them don't know the level of the production until they actually arrive on the set. And so when they see that this is a big production, a big auditorium, they're like, whoa, we're supposed to be performing in front of hundreds and hundreds of people. And so then they just put on their best work. They present it. I have a lot of people who tell me that it can't be done, but we show them every year that it can be done.
Yeah, yeah. And I remember it might have been the second year, the year Jessica left, right? The year she moved to Chicago. When the little boys came, so Victoria and them act like they were the Supremes, right? You did the evolution of music, right? And then the little boy came out and he was Bruno Mars. I was sitting there like, oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, he had the moves. He was so Bruno Mars up there, right? And then the ones who did New Edition. I mean, it was perfect timing, because New Edition movie was being
just
made.
Came out.
Everybody, the grown-ups was in the audience like, oh my God, New Edition. All the parents like, that's my baby. But it's wonderful to see that, and everything has a message and a theme. So talk about a little bit about that message, that theme, because you're not just singing, you have a message behind it, right?
Absolutely. So that's like I say, it's really to every year, I have a focus for the kids, and then I also have the focus for families. And my thing is, after the camp is over, I need to make sure that I've imparted something into not only the children, but to every person who come in contact with the S.O.N.G Project. And that typically means the parents, the aunts, the uncles, the grandmas, the cousins, the friends of the family. I want to touch everybody. So we take those hundreds of kids who come into it, but we're actually changing households. And so what we do is at the production, I'll always have a message that I want to leave with the parents, the kids, and the guests that attend. And most likely it's always about centering around family. A lot of kids come from many different backgrounds. And sometimes, you know, for us as mentors, we talk to the kids, but we got to get into the parents or to whoever is engaging with our kids. And so it's not just the kids who feel insecure. It's not just the kids who feel inadequate. It's sometimes the parents, and it's a disconnect when the parent is trying to instill something that they don't have in themselves. And so our goal and our heart is to always find a way to impart into our adults, because at the end of the day, it's the adults who are speaking over our children, and we want to make sure that they're speaking words of life and positivity into them, so they can't give something that they don't have inside of them.
Wow, 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 wow. That's so empowering to think that those kids that they become leaders for a minute in their household, and they become examples for how they want their households to move forward. It kind of reminds me of even when Victoria, you know, again, I got tips like around singing and stuff, and she's like, no, so this is the way, you know, this is the way I was taught. And I'm like I can contribute that to you guys, right? But I let her do her now, you know, and appreciating that she's bringing these values into our household that she learned from other people. And that's a wonderful thing. You know, we do trust people like you, you know, as parents, because you have our kids' heart as you know, our heart at your hands. Go ahead.
But Bernita, let me say this. Also, I want to say publicly thank you to parents like yourself, because without, you know, you trusting me, because before, you know, you, of course, you knew about Michigan State, but at the same time, you know, there was a partnership there. And you gave us an opportunity, and you just didn't give us that first opportunity. You came back again and say, hey, there's something inside of you guys. And even when, you know, we feel like, hey, are we really reaching these kids? You've always been so supportive or so encouraging to let us know that we are doing it. And also, I know you talk about being in the hallways, but there have been times where I have walked those same hallways and I saw you out there. And I said, if we can have many parents like you who are supportive, or who, you know, are saying, hey, listen, I want to invest into my child. I want to give my child the best. And I'm looking over social media now, and I'm looking at Victoria do her thing. So, you know, you got to stop and clap for yourself too, because, you know, you are the one who planted the seed. And so you're just allowing us to water, but you did the hard work. So thank you.
Yeah. So with that, those mentors that you talked about. So there's one mentor you guys have that I simply adore. I adore him. Hezi, right? Hezekiah.
Yes, Hezekiah.
I have a video of this dude, like doing his ripples and runs when y'all first started. And I was like, okay, I see you, little boy. I see you, little boy. Now he is like leading the charge. Like, how does that feel, you seeing him go from being, I don't know how old he was. He's probably about 14 or 15. And now he's like 20 something, and he's leading the charge. Like, what is that?
Let me tell you, Hezekiah, I talk to him every so often. Hezekiah, just to see his growth is absolutely amazing, because when he came in, you know, he was already musically inclined, and but there were some other areas that it was our job to help him in. And just to see where he is now is amazing. But not only that, you know, to see that when these kids leave or quote unquote, you know, they're adults now, right? Every adult that have left our organization, they come back and give back to the kids. Hezekiah is a major part of the S.O.N.G Project in our development, because hey, after all, he knows what the kids like because he was once a part of it. So I mean, he's invested into our program. You'll see him. I always tell him, hey, listen, I'm looking for the next director, and I want it to be somebody who was there. So Hezekiah is definitely a good candidate for it because he's such an amazing guy.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So, yeah, you say that you guys are in other states now. So where else are you working with?
Okay, so I do want to say with that, my dream was always that we will open up different chapters of our organization. Well, we haven't like basically took residency in those states, but we do have kids who actually sign up from different states. They actually come into town for the 2 weeks that we host. They come in town. Earlier this year, I've had parents reaching out to us from Tennessee, Texas, all over saying, okay, hey, I have family here in Detroit, and I'm going to bring my child here. So, what do I need to do? Like, it is mind-blowing that I have people who are willing to come from a different state to Detroit, Michigan for 2 weeks to be a part of it.
And during those 2 weeks, you also have other little like rewards that they get. Like you get celebrities to come in and kind of like partner with them for a day and mentor them. Who have some of those? I think Kiara Sheard has been there.
Yes. So we've I'll start from, we had Angela Dunlap. She's an amazing playwright. She and producer. She have written plays, Church Girl play. She just recently did the Marvin Gaye play that was here in Michigan, I believe a couple years ago. And who else we had? We had Armand Rashad. He's a celebrity fitness trainer. He come to do fitness. And then Kiara Sheard, she have come back several times to be a part of our production. And my goal is this: I want to invest into our kids and give them people who that they may not see on an everyday basis, or that they feel like they as if they wouldn't see. So when they see Kiara Sheard walks in, of course they're screaming. And she would just, she just was a part of the Clark Sisters movie that just came out on Lifetime, and she did an amazing job. But just to know that she's literally walked our hallways before is amazing, because she is incredible in her own right.
Yeah. Wow. So with all of this going on right now, right? So summer may not look the same way as it did, before. Who knows if kids will be able to come together for those 2 weeks. We hope they will be able to, right? But what are some things that parents can do right now, right? Because we got a whole lot of artists that's sitting at home right now who don't know about like writing music, and they're like, well, I'm not so-and-so, and I'm not this person. Like they measure themselves up to other people. Yeah. And you guys get them out of that. But what's some things parents can be doing at home, and any resources that you may know of around music?
Cool. So yeah, and of course our organization is centered around music, and you have dance, anything performing arts related. And one thing that I will just highly suggest is first find out what your child is interested in, because you can spend some money on something that your child is totally not interested in. If their heart is not there, you're just wasting seed. So I will definitely first say, find out what your child is interested in. The arts is definitely a great place to start. And I would say really, there are many organizations who are now moving to the virtual platform to host their lessons and classes. So I would say definitely look around for some affordable programs that are being held virtually to get your child a part of it. We are getting ready to launch our virtual programs for our kids, this summer, and hopefully they'll be a part of that. But right now we just have to move with the time.
Yeah.
And the time is, a lot of things are being held virtually. So shop around the organizations, my organization. We're here to help you. If you don't know, you can always give us a call, and we'll, give you an evaluation and see what's best for your child.
Yeah. And talking about that, calling you, where would they call you? What number would they use? And hopefully maybe we could show the clip again in the once we finish with our interview. But how can they reach you?
All right, absolutely. You can reach me at 313-855-5705. That is our office number.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you can send us an email at info@thesongproject.org. That is info at the song, S-O-N-G project.org.
Okay. So I guess this will be my last thing. I really wanted to just ask, as far as music, how, and this may be deep, but how has music saved your life, right? Because I know music saved my life, writing in general saved my life.
Yeah.
And then music, and it saved my daughter's life. Like, some of the challenges that my daughter has had. How has music saved your life?
That is a great question, Bernita. Let me tell you, I am a songwriter. So I have a few songs out around here. And for me, what I couldn't articulate just in everyday life, I was able to put pen to paper, and I was able to express what was inside of my heart. The arts allows you to tap into something that's on the inside that you can express on, outwardly, but it comes with such a great melody. And so, in demonstration, should I say. So for me, I grew up, I watched my mother, struggle and work hard to provide for her children. I've watched my mother go to work when she was sick to this day, and, she said she don't know how we do it because, she went to work when she had a headache. She went to work when she had the flu. She was just one of those mothers who believed in investing into her child. But as a son, watching her do that and watching the struggle, understanding that the struggle was real, I said, hey, you know what? There's something else that we got to tap into. So my brother and I, we're musically inclined. And so whatever, everything that we were feeling on the inside, our emotions, whatever, we put it to piano, we put it to singing, and we put it to, like I said, for me, I'm a songwriter. So I told a lot of stories and a lot of secrets in all of my songs. So, music is life. Music is life. Art is life. Hey, you dance. You can dance your problems away, your pain away.
I think about Victoria's first song that she wrote, and was kind of afraid to share with me, was about my divorce.
See? Yeah.
And it was when she was playing it for me, I was like, oh, dang, that relationship is messed up. But then when she said something, I was like, oh, you're talking about me.
Hey, that's my story.
Wait a minute.
Hey, telling all the business.
All the business, Carlos. All the business. But it felt good to see her be able to express that, right, at a young age, because I started writing at 15. A teacher got me into writing, such as you, right? After that, I kind of didn't have the bravery to share that kind of stuff. I wasn't brave enough at the time. And I shouldn't say brave enough. It was just like fear of who I'm going to hurt. Or how do I tell this, and my mama right there or my daddy right there? I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. And I held it till I was older. And when I started sharing poems and things like that, people were like, wow, you wrote that? I'm like, yeah, this is
wow.
You got to hear the hard stuff. But to see Victoria be able to do that at 15, and just give me Ma, here, this is what I feel right now. And this is what I've been feeling. And you guys help curate that. You guys help pull that.
The kids need freedom to express. Sometimes, what happens is, and I tell parents this all the time, you're going to want your child to talk to you. I'd rather your child talk to you about it than find somebody else out here in this world who don't care about them at all and just want to use their vulnerability, to get into, their minds. And so you know, I want to say that's a great thing, Bernita, that I think a lot of parents need to understand. You have to give your child the freedom to express. Now, you know, granted, respect comes with it, but hey, you know, there's an art that they must tap into, and you know, you have to allow them to express it. I'd rather them do it now, you know, at 14, 15, than when they get 20, you know, they're regretting that they never stepped into it. Then you're wondering why they're not, you know, why they're not around you or whatever. And it could be because you were pushing them away when they were trying to scream at 14, 15 years old.
Yeah. And I guess let me continue with this. So that writing piece, what you just said is so important because suicide is at an all-time high right now, right?
Yes, yes.
And art is one way to get a lot of that out of you. And not to say it
Yes.
replaces therapy, but music is therapy. You know?
Yes. Yes.
And your writing, like you said, some of your writing was therapeutic, and it's therapeutic.
It was.
So when kids are writing, they're expressing something that very well may prevent them from going beyond where we want them to go. Right.
That is truth. I've seen it happen to a lot of kids, and even in our organization now. Like I say, I'm really blessed and fortunate that God has allowed me to mentor, you know, hundreds of kids at this point, and that parents really allow their kids. You know, I do have a cutoff limit. I don't text any child after 9:30 p.m. After 9:30, I'll respond to it the next day because you know you just have to be careful. You're not let your good be spoken of, and so but there, you know, I talk to kids all the time. And I mean, some of them have put me in their group messages. I don't know why they did that, but I'm in some of their group messages, and you know, just to see what they're talking about. And just when they are, you know, writing songs, some of them they actually send me their songs, and I can hear their stories inside of these songs. And so it actually saved lives. It's really statistics. There you can't fight it. It's facts. You know that the arts, it actually can help with your mental health.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So I guess on that note, anything that you would say to parents? I know you've said a lot already, but anything you would want parents to know about art, about your program, or anything moving forward? You know, I've been encouraging parents like stay the course, like And the course don't mean you staying on program. Sometimes it might mean just let your kids just get in the house and jam and just, you know, have anything musically you can put out there to parents to help them cope right now for their kids. Or for them.
Absolutely. So yeah, that is so, you know, like I say, we definitely, we help the child, but we also want to encourage the parents because I understand I'm not a parent, but like I say, I had a wonderful mother who I watched, you know, raise us as a single mother. And I know it's not easy. It's not easy being a single parent, and it's not easy being a parent of two, you know, in the same household, because, you know, while the children are sleeping, you know, they don't understand that the parents are up trying to figure out how we're going to pay bills, how we're going to make ends meet. And so I want to first encourage you as a parent, and, you know, all of the parents around the world to know that, you know, God has given you something great. First, you know, we got to be kind to ourselves. You know, you can do it. You know, you have something inside of you, and it's time for you to actually tap into your power. Your child need to see you step up and do something that you've always wanted to do. Let them know that dreams can happen and it can be accomplished. And from them seeing that fire inside of you, then the child is contagious. So the child will want to go ahead and do it. So the first thing, like I say, I just want to give encouragement to you, as a parent and all around the world, that you can do it. It can be done. And, you know, I know, like I say, it's not easy being a parent, and sometimes you have moments where you just want to break down. But one thing you must understand too, and from a mentor's eyesight, I always tell people, you know, I may not see the fruit of my labor now, but at the end of the day, it will return to me. It may not sprout up right now. Sometimes, you know, it may seem as if the child or the kids that you're mentoring are going totally opposite from what you imparted into them. But in the end, your seed, it will sprout and it will produce great fruit. And once again, we look at people like Victoria, we look at people like Hezekiah from the S.O.N.G Project, seeing them doing amazing things. And so parents, also allow your children, like I say, to express their inner powers, go crazy with it. Like I say, you know, definitely you still gotta put some respect on it. What's that guy name? He said, put some respect on my name,
Yeah,
whoever
yeah,
he
yeah,
is.
yeah.
But allow them to tap into that inner power, because at the end of the day too, one thing I will say about my mom, she allowed us to express ourselves artistically, saying, hey, hopefully my kids are going to be millionaires one day. And I want to say I gave them the ability to be free, be creative, be who you are. So while we're here, while we're at home, while we can't do anything, have their child pull out the turn off that PlayStation. They can't do much with that. Tell them to get that notepad out, or invest into, I know and hopefully I'm not talking too much, but
No, you're
Bernita,
fine.
one thing that I see a lot of parents do, like they invest into the materialistic things. They invest into the clothes and the gym shoes. You will spend $200 to $300 on shoes, but you have a keyboard that you can buy for your musician that you have yet to buy. So, let's watch how we are investing into our kids. Let's invest into their future. And the shoes, they're gonna grow out of the shoes, but they can never grow out what's inside of them, and that is their talent and God-given gifts.
And that's any age, because do you remember Curtin?
Man, Curtin is amazing too. Jazz, amazing.
That baby is a genius. Like, this grown baby is a genius. His mom told me about how when he was 5, she was like, here come Victoria. When he was 5, how he would literally tinker on the computer. I mean, on a keyboard, little keyboard. And self-taught. And now this boy has done productions for some of everybody. Like, he's been in New Orleans, the DSO, Michigan State, all kind of stuff. And he's in college in his major in his music, like loving it, killing it. Can play probably anything by hearing it one time. And had his mom not invested at 5 years old and bought him his keyboard.
Yes.
So yeah, I think we could talk like forever about music. I love music, and I love what you do. I love this young lady over here with this blonde hair, who wasn't supposed to have blonde hair today.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for what you do. Thank you, and thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much for.
And I look
thank you so
forward
much
to
for
you
having
coming
me.
back on and updating us, maybe closer to the time, if you're doing registration or whenever you want to come back on, right? Just let me know. But I'll most definitely invite you back on with some young people too. Maybe we could do a jam session or something.
Let's go.
On my bass.
Come on. Hey, listen, I'm down for it. Anything for you, Bernita. Like I said, just to be able to be a part of this is so amazing, because I met you a few years ago, and to see how we're all evolving into something, to our next level, it's amazing. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Carlos. So this has been the Aparent Voice. Wonderful show. I love our young people. I love music. I love it. I love the creativity behind it. And I just want to tell you guys, like, you moms at home, dads at home, I keep saying moms, but parents and caregivers who are at home, I want you to know, let your kids put down some stuff sometime and just listen to some music, jam out on some oldie but goodies. My mama used to do it. She used to have me and my brothers in there playing the Temptations, the Spinners, the Whispers, and we knew all the songs, right? And this time I think we need that. We need to come out of the box and just really listen to some music and enjoy. Sing off key, sing as if the whole world does not know that you're singing. Just sing carelessly. Don't worry about it. Make up some songs. Introduce some rhymes to your young kids. Take those poems out of that book and make it into a song. Make a beat out of it. Play on the drum. We used to do hambo with our hand, with our thigh, and just make up a song, whatever. Have some fun with your kids. Use that music to let them enjoy life. You enjoy life. Check out the S.O.N.G Project. Please check them out. They have plenty of videos. Carlos Whitlow, check him out on Facebook, on all social media platforms. It will encourage you. If you have the opportunity, please register for his program. they usually have limited space, but register for the program. I guarantee if your children love music, they will enjoy it. If they love acting, drums, and all of that, they will enjoy the program. My daughter did. And so, again, thank you to National Parent Union for hosting this show. And also, remember, we have 7 other shows right now broadcasting. So on a daily basis, we have Christina Laster's Day to Day. We have Carrie and Tim, who has the National Parent Union in English. And we have another one in Spanish. Forgive me for forgetting the name. And then we have Marisol in the evenings for our nightly recap of just like emotional awareness and wellness and wholeness. And so at 9 o'clock. And so please join the other shows and enjoy your day. Enjoy the rest of your week. Take plenty of breaths. Stay safe. Put a mask on, you guys. When you go out there, in Michigan, it's mandatory. We're supposed to have on a mask when we go out, especially in stores and things. But keep yourself safe. Keep your family safe. And bless you. I'll see you Friday on The Apparent Voice.